Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. We're going to go through the simulation reflection for Marketing 241. So first of all, round one, we did the market research end of things. One of the things I learned is that each one of those questions are important, and sometimes they're useless, like the first question. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to purchase a tote bag? That didn't help me at all, since we were already going to sell a tote bag and we knew who we were going to sell it to, that if they were likely to purchase it or not. I think we already answered that question with our demographics before we started, so that question didn't help me at all. As opposed to the second question, which of the following sizes would you most likely select when purchasing a tote bag? That question helped me a lot as I was designing the bag to make sure that I got the size right. Round two, so we did the launch. You can see my tote there, priced it at $199. And the feedback was that the price was too high. You can see the price in red there. Found out that that was mostly because it was made out of polyester and not leather, even though the feedback was that it felt well made. It just was not the right material to be priced that high. And you can see on our launch, a good launch would have been about 40,000 to 55, and we were just under that on our launch. So round three, made some adjustments. We dropped the price down to 149 because we knew we were priced too high, and you can see the pricing here jumped up into the green realm, so we knew we'd made a good choice on our pricing. Our sales were at 110,000, so still shy of the good launch position, but the pricing was in the right place. We started with some marketing channels, as you can see here. Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and did a little bit of television. Became apparent that television was not the best option there, as we only got 15 conversions from television. Round four, kept the price the same since the feedback was the pricing was good. We started some distribution channels, Fashion House, Leatherland, and Jenny and June. You can see Leatherland did the most poorly out of the three. We played around with some of our promotions here. We kept television. We just dropped some money off of it and added magazines and billboards to see how those would do. We were just shy. We were 153,000 here, so just shy of a good revenue for that quarter. Round five, kept the pricing the same. You can see we're just inched into the good realm of our total revenue there at 171,000. We got rid of Leatherland and added in Ollivanders as a distributor, and did much better with Ollivanders than we were doing with Leatherland. You can see our channels here that we were advertising with. We tried a little bit of TikTok and magazine. Neither one of those did very well. You can see obviously our best is Facebook, and we've kept maxing out Facebook. Second on Instagram, which we knew from our market research. And YouTube, I don't recall if we found out much about that in the market research, but that one does really well as well. And then Pinterest was kind of coming in behind that. To round six, again, kept the pricing the same since it was working. We got rid of billboards, magazines, and television, and just stuck with social media. You can see we added in Twitter and Pinterest here, both of which were not rock stars, but they were doing much better than the magazines or the television or billboards. So we sold about 186,000, which puts us in that good range as well, kind of the lower end of the good range. Pricing was still good. Ad spending, promotions, and product distributions kind of stayed right in that orange realm throughout all of the rounds. Round seven, didn't change price again, just left it the same. I know we had a new competitor in the market, but we were priced beneath that competitor, so we weren't real worried about it. And you can see the sales at 199,000 kept us right in that range, but the low end of the good range there. Okay, so the 4 P's of marketing: product, pricing, promotion, and place. So product, learned quickly in this simulation that got the product just a little bit wrong. because it was not made out of leather, I couldn't charge the price that I wanted to charge for it. So we missed out some revenues there because I didn't get the product quite right. Pricing, again, that came up in the first round. Price too high for the product that we had picked out, so I had to drop the price, but was able to get the pricing in the right place. With promotions, talked about what we learned there with the magazine and the billboards and the television that were not working. But once we got rid of those and got the promotions right, the sales came up and we got into that good range of sales. And place, we also talked about Leatherlands there. That was just not the right place to sell our product. Once we moved that to Ollivanders, it was selling much better. Okay. What did we do wrong? Talked about this a little bit too. Obviously, we got the material wrong. We were not able to compete with those higher end bags and lost some revenue there. We were forced to drop our price in order to make sales on the bag. So that's definitely one thing that we got wrong. What was most challenging? I think the market research for me was most challenging. Maybe didn't spend enough time really reading and understanding all of that. We've got, there was these research questions, but we also had the research that we purchased, and I think I skimmed that, but had I dug a little bit deeper into those and really critiqued those bags, I would have seen that the bags on the market that were at the price point I wanted to be at were all leather, and so that would have helped me design my bag a little bit better. Okay, so conclusions. What did we learn from this? Well, first of all, is to get the 4 P's right. You got to get the product right. You got to get your pricing right. You got to get your promotions right, and then you got to sell your product in the right place. If you can do all of those 4 things and do them well, then you're going to have good revenue and good sales on your product. So that's definitely one of the things I learned from this exercise. Secondly, at the bottom there, study and understand the research. Again, that was one of my shortcomings. I did not spend enough time digging into the research, not only the research questions, but the purchased research and studied what was on the market and understood that a little bit better. How have my thoughts changed about marketing? I don't know that they've changed a whole lot other than realized obviously the 4 P's and how important they are, but as well as how important research is. You only get one shot at launching a project or product and getting it right, and the only way to do that is if you've studied the market, understand the market, know the right price for where your product would be in the market, and when you're designing your product, obviously getting all of that information so you can get a product that people are going to want. So it's made me think a lot about studying all of that information before launching a product into the market. So that was the things that I've learned and enjoyed the experience through the simulation for Marketing 241, and appreciate your time. Thanks.